Very grateful to you. And can you believe it? I was looking at this poster. You know, Nick said we're family, and we really are. My father had the privilege of working with all of you to help the working men and women of our state for 18 years. I've been privileged to do that now for almost 20. Can you believe that little boy there that I'm holding in my arms? That's my Nick. Before long, he's going to be as big as your Nick. And the little boy that Susan's holding in her arms right there, would you believe that he is the fullback and the middle linebacker on his 5th grade football team? So it's... to be so big I got to reason with them these days, you know. So it is great to be home, and let me just get right down to it. You've been so kind to come out here on a work day when you could be doing a lot of other things. I'll just get to the heart of the matter that I think has brought us here today, and that is this. When I look at Washington, D.C. today, I see a place that is deeply broken and dysfunctional, and whose values do not represent the great middle American values that we cherish and embrace here in the state of Indiana. There's too much radical ideology, too much endless partisanship, too much gridlock, and I hate to say it, much too much corruption. And too much people out for themselves. The special interests take what they can get, and the rest of us are left holding the bag. Well, in 5 short days, we've got an opportunity to change that and move our country in the right direction by electing Joe Donnelly to the United States Congress. Have an economic policy in this country that's dedicated to creating good jobs and growing businesses right here in Middle America, with American workers producing the next generation of high-mileage vehicles and American farmers producing America's fuel. That's the economic policy that Joe Donnelly stands for, not outsourcing and offshoring and moving America's future economically overseas. We can do better than what we've had. We can have it. Yes, let's give him a round of applause. In Congress, he's not going to stand passively by while these trade laws send our businesses and jobs overseas, while allowing the Chinese to get an advantage of 25 to 35% advantage each and every day, even before our workers get out of bed and get dressed and go to work in the morning. Not because we're not as smart, not because we don't work as hard, not because our products aren't as good, but simply because our government stands passively by and allows them to manipulate the value of their money. It's not right. We need leaders who will stand up and take a stand for us, not the Chinese. That will be Joe Donnelly as our next congressman. And as Nick was, whatever happened to one America? One nation under God, with liberty and justice for all of us. You know, not left or right, not even Democrat or Republican, not management or labor, but all of us working together to move this nation forward. You know, you look at this Delphi situation. It's shameful. It's shameful. The top few took what they could get and left workers holding the bag. That's not right. That's not right. And with Joe Donnelly's leadership, we're going to change this situation. You know, I'm proud of the fact that, you know, a lot of people will tell me, as a matter of fact, my father, I'll tell you a little story. He was the best man in our wedding. They began to play the bridal march. He turned to me, kind of leaned over, and he said, Evan, you're carrying on a great family tradition here today. And I said, well, what's that, Dad? He said, you've outmarried yourself. Well, he was right about that. Not only do I believe in marrying people smarter than me, I believe hiring people smarter than me. I know Tom Sugar from Kokomo, Indiana is doing a great job as my chief of staff, and he told us just the way it was. You know, when the going gets tough, and we got to make hard decisions, we need leadership in this country. People who understand that we're in it together and are willing to put themselves on the line first, not take golden parachutes and let workers get the shaft. That's not what made America great. That's not what is going to build our future. That's not what's going to have a better America for these babies who are with us here today. We've got to do better than that. And so when I heard from Nick and others here, and from Roddy Gettelfinger, and from Connie and Terry Thurman about what was happening, we wrote a lot to try and keep this thing from taking place. What I would say is that any time in the future when we get a bankrupt situation, you're not going to have any golden parachutes where they just take what they can get. The bankruptcy judge is going to keep that from happening. And you know what else? We're going to look at the total assets of a company. You know what they did in this situation? They didn't even include, Connie, did they? A lot of assets overseas. This company was making money overseas. All they looked at here was home and said, well, we're just going to define the company by the North American operations. That's not right, that they can make money overseas and, stick the shaft to the workers here at home. Our legislation will stop that. not the America I remember. And that's not the America we love. The America that we love and know and cherish, the America that we're going to build our future on, a brighter future with more hope and opportunity for all of us, all of God's children, is one in which we all come together. We sacrifice together, we work together, we dream together, and we do what we can to make those dreams come true. That's what's always made America great. People coming from different backgrounds and different ethnic groups and different religious faiths and coming here to become Americans first, with more hope and more opportunity and more justice for all of us. That's the America that we need to lift up again. That's the America that together we can build. And that's the America we need to embrace in 5 days in this election. We can do this, ladies and gentlemen. You know, you look at Washington, and I don't blame our fellow citizens for looking out there and saying, you know, it's just broken down, and it's not working for me, and I don't believe in any of these people anymore. You know, when you look at what this administration has done and what this Congress has done, I can't blame people for feeling like that. But I'm here today to tell you the time has come for us to take this country back. We can have the change that we need in this country. We can do better in fulfilling our potential. We can do more to meet our challenges. Our government can do right by you again if we get the right men and women there leading this country and leading our state. And that means so let me just conclude by saying this. It does not have to be this way. We can do better than what we've had. We can change our country. We can build our future. But it takes leaders who have the right priorities and who know who they really ought to represent. And that's not the few. That's not the powerful. That's not those who've been born to opportunity. That's all of us who are looking to get ahead in this country through hard work and sacrifice. That's all of you in the room here today. And it's all of you that I've been privileged to work for these many years. So let me just conclude by saying this. What really is at stake in this election in 5 short days is this. The time has come to envision a United States of America, not as it is, but as it one day might be. An America that we can build together and cherish together and lead together with more hope and more opportunity and more freedom for all of us. That's what's at stake in this election. Don't let them divide us. Don't believe the nasty negative ads that try and tear this good man down. That's not going to build the America that we seek. Let's support Joe Donnelly because he's going to help lift us up. Let's support Joe Donnelly because he's going to move us forward. Let's support Joe Donnelly because he knows who he represents.